Each and every underdog soldier, every man alone on guard, will fight for socialist victories, but with conviction true and hard. Young men sitting at empty office, heat pouring in, warm summer air, living dreams of revolution, in what order and foreign affairs. The doorbell rings, he's caught in turmoil, whether to answer or whether to ignore. Intrigued by the stranger lurking outside, after hesitating briefly, he opens the door. Stranger speaks of a land far away, people live the life for refugees. They'd settled the law from the world, his country had been erased with these. No one thought the cost to be of worth, hardly anyone seemed to care. Jean, with the heart of this young man, believed in a politics fair. And so we traveled to the abandoned country, where he met the sons of the martyrs, and visited camps where poverty ingrained in this young man, determination to set this country free. For a time at Dundee flew the city's flag at half mast, generating welcome applause from marching rallies to the football match. Each and every underdog soldier, every man alone on guard, will fight for socialist victories, but with conviction true and hard.
We're sitting here with singer-songwriter Simon Kempston after his performance in the St. Paul Cathedral. So Simon, about your latest album, A Fine Line, it was released last November. What has been the main inspiration for that album?
I wouldn't say there's been any one particular inspiration, just a variety of inspirations. I guess if I had to pin it down to one, it would be more kind of just touring. Just I've been travelling and visiting a lot of places, performing live all over literally the four corners of Europe. It's just that my music's very based in kind of traditional folk fingerstyle guitar that seeps through a lot into my playing, that kind of blend of folk with the kind of classical and blues and maybe even a little bit of jazz at times. But what I mean by the kind of landscapes is that my sound is quite Scottish, it's quite Celtic at times.
He's tempted by the promise of first blood, enraptured by a sense of fun. What's a little interaction, can't do any harm, offers a well-meant hand to be a guiding charm. It's a fine line, design line he'd never cross.
You were born in Dundee. In what way did the city influence you?
Well, this is where I first picked up the guitar. It's where I first bought a record. It's where any first musical experience happened to me. It happened in Dundee, so it's a great city.
Long after dark, you can't fathom if he's respected or resented, but at all times he must maintain discretion. It's a fine line, design line he'd never cross. As he drifts with his desires, it's a point that's not lost.
You also played at a lot of festivals and venues all over Europe. Which one did you like the most?
Well, this is a difficult question. I'm going to have to give the diplomatic answer. I've had amazing experiences in every country, and I honestly have. But, I mean, if I could pick a few, then I'd say I love to play Germany. It's brilliant, and Switzerland, Finland are both really excellent countries to play as well. And of course, my home country here in Scotland. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to play in front of a home audience because you don't have to explain the humour.
As an old dance he'd like to perform, he tells me dresser, clutching a bourbon. Alcohol sinks in, sweat drips from his head. In a quiet moment of rage,
A song about Robert Thompson, a city architect of Dundee from the 1920s and 30s. I wrote about a record shop from Dundee, which is featured in a song called The Dust and the Paint. So, and I think if you look back through all my records, Dundee is usually referenced or mentioned somewhere.
Simon Kempston, thank you for your interview and for your performance.
Thank you.